Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There's a quiet revolution taking place across America to reform and modernize our marijuana laws. For over half a century, the official position has been one of prohibition, of incarceration, of obfuscation, and willful ignorance. Yet, almost 20 million Americans use marijuana every month. And a majority of the public now thinks that that should be legal. And an even larger majority thinks that whatever their personal opinion about marijuana is, that the federal government should not interfere with what the states do, just like we regulate alcohol. In the vanguard of the reform movement has been medical marijuana. Since 1996, when California was the first state to legalize it, it's been followed now where almost 3/4 of the state provide some form of access to medical marijuana, and most of those decisions were made by a vote of the people. Well over 200 million Americans live where they have access to medical marijuana. And there have been many positive benefits that have been achieved, and many for our veterans who suffer from a wide range of medical problems, many of which stem from their years of service. The chronic pain, PTSD, to a wide range of other, controlling the symptoms of multiple sclerosis or dealing with violent nausea as a result of chemotherapy. Yet our veterans are discriminated against because even in states where it's legal, their VA doctor is discouraged from working with them to see if medical marijuana is right for them or if it's not. Now, I'm pleased to see some change taking place in Congress. We almost passed my amendment last month, which would have given them fair treatment, enabling their primary doctor to consult with them. And just this last month, in the Senate, there was approved in committee essentially the same amendment, and it's on its way to the floor to give equal rights to veterans for medical marijuana. This is the latest step in the evolution that we've seen now where 4 states in the District of Columbia have said adult use is legal, and we're seeing further progress at the local level. The tide is building. We are turning away from a failed program of prohibiting, arresting, and in some cases incarcerating while denying the science. We as a nation are turning to approaches that are more honest and workable, that tax and regulate to allow for important research and public education that will allow people to make informed choices about the use of these substances or not. We're already seeing the social, economic, and law enforcement advantages in this shift at the state level, and we should capitalize on this movement at the national level as well. It's exciting to see a bipartisan group of legislators in a sea of legislative dysfunction coming together to promote bringing this country into the 21st century in terms of the policies and doing it right. This week, during consideration of the Commerce State Justice Appropriations, we're likely to see numerous amendments dealing with research, hemp, medical marijuana, cultivation, enforcement, respecting states' laws. This is an exciting and encouraging development to be able to make the federal government a full partner with the evolution that's taking place on the state and local level. And I urge my colleagues to vote in such a way that respects the will of the people and the rights of states to forge these new policies. Thank you, and I yield back.